Now, our next presentation is about modernization. But before I begin, by a show of hands, how many of you live in Loudoun County? All right, wonderful. And for those who don't live in Loudoun County, how many of you use the internet? That's right, that's what I thought, everyone. I ask because up to 70% of the world's internet traffic passes through Loudoun County on a daily basis. So in a funny kind of way, a lot of us are citizens of Loudoun County. But seriously, whether we're citizens of a county or we live here in the district, we all rely on services from our local government. So to share with us a great example of a local government that's in tune with its citizens, please give a warm welcome to Susan Carlson and Kristin Brown.
Thank you, Marcella. The mission of Loudoun County's GIS is to deliver detailed, timely, and accurate data, not just internally to businesses, citizens, and governments. For over 30 years, we've met the challenges of continuous modernization. This aerial showing Snickersville Turnpike is from our first annual flyover in 1979. We collected topography and planimetric data, and these features were etched into yellow scribe codes. This next map shows our data today. As technology has changed, we've changed, and our data has become more detailed and dynamic. And we've been sharing these layers with Esri's community map since 2010 for everyone to use. Loudoun County's population has grown 670% since that first flyover, and it just keeps going. So we make it a priority to have quick turnaround on data updates. New parcel boundaries are added to the GIS and then pushed to the tax assessment system on a daily basis. And this allows developers to begin the construction process in as little as 48 hours from the times their plans have been recorded. At the same time parcels are added, we also assign addresses. And this is not so the mail can get to your house, but so an emergency vehicle can. And each address gets assigned 2 points, one for the building location and one for the access location. And these points are combined to create fishbone lines. And these lines are included in the centerline routing network, which is pushed to the public safety dispatch system. And this is especially important in the more rural areas of the county because it gets the fire truck right to your front door. We add 200 to 500 new addresses and 5 miles of road centerline every month. So we regularly run QA/QC on the network to make sure every address is accessible from every public safety station in the county. And as all this development occurs, sometimes floodplain boundaries can change, like in this area in Ashburn at Gloucester Parkway. We recently finished a major project with FEMA to remap the floodplains in the entire county. And this project also included time for community meetings and citizen feedback. This next map shows areas of change found since the last FEMA update. And the yellow areas were added and the green areas were removed. And the last map shows the final result. And based on this new boundary, the county is releasing our floodplain zoning overlay district this Thursday. And that's just a small sample of our data. Kristin?
Thanks, Sue. We've been engaging with our customers for over 30 years, with hard copy maps at a walk-up information counter, with custom tools built for the public, and by distributing our data just for the cost of reproducing it to CD. But more recently, we've been creating focused, single-purpose apps. Now, anyone who was in the Metro last January will remember Snowzilla. This was the blizzard that dumped 3 feet of snow in Loudon. And as county staff discovered, being snowed in for days on end makes our citizens really cranky. We received hundreds of calls and social media messages wanting to know who to speak to about unplowed streets. This app was an outcome of that storm. Now, instead of picking up the phone, a citizen can simply type in their address, and the app will show them exactly who maintains the local roads in their neighborhood, as well as the primary and secondary streets leading into them. Ultimately, this app will save residents and county staff a lot of time and frustration. Let's look at a different focused app. Loudon has a robust wine industry, and in recent years, constituents have been interested in developing breweries and in growing hops locally. Our Ag Extension Office reached out for assistance in developing a useful tool, and this was the result. It's a suitability model for growing hops. We looked at soils, aspect, and slope to find the places hops will grow the best. That's the purple areas. This tool has been used by everyone from backyard farmers to business owners, and as you may have guessed, it's one of our most popular applications. Now let's take a look at an app with a different kind of data. As we've engaged with our customers and our business owners, they become interested in engaging with us. Several years ago, employees from AOL reached out about a project for their Community Volunteer Day. We suggested mapping features along the Washington and Old Dominion. This is a trail that runs from western Loudon down to Arlington. Using smartphones, volunteers collected GPS points and took photos of places and features along the trail. We then put this crowdsourced data into an application. This shows walkers, bicyclists, and horseback riders, everything from restrooms to picnic tables to places to get out of the rain. At this time, I'd like to welcome a special guest and a supporter of GIS and local government, the Chair-at-Large of the Loudoun County Board of Supervisors, Phyllis Randall.
Well, thank you, Kristin and Sue, and thank you for having me here today. If you're not from the area, welcome to the DC metro area. And if you're from Loudoun County, or if you've ever visited Loudoun County, a very special thank you to you. As Kristin said, I'm Phyllis Randall. I'm Chair-at-Large of the Loudoun County Board of Supervisors. The Board of Supervisors is Loudon's governing body. As a board, we want to make sure that Loudon remains a productive, safe, sustainable, and economically vibrant place to live. Last year, we held a strategic planning session in which we identified 5 strategic focus areas and the goals by which we want to meet them. Kristin will talk about those a little bit later. But how do we use our GIS system to make sure that we have an intuitive, constituent-focused GIS that also meets the vision of Loudoun County's boards? For that, I am pleased to reveal our GeoHUB. I'm sure this is what most of you came here for today, is to see the things we can do with our GeoHUB in Loudoun County. So Kristin's going to take you on a quick tour of the hub, and she's going to focus on 3 of our strategic planning areas. She's going to focus on the areas of quality of life, transportation, and planning for a better tomorrow. Kristin?
Thank you. The Enjoy Loudon page supports the board's focus on quality of life. This first app we're going to show you is one of a series we're working on of park locations. Leesburg is the county seat and home to over 20 town and regional parks. With this app, you can easily browse park locations, view park features and amenities, and find the best place to take a hike or to take your dog to play. Now, if you're a parent with a child who plays organized sports, you've experienced the frustration of trying to find a particular baseball or soccer field for a game. We're hoping to help with this next series of apps called Find Your Field. Simply choose your field number from the drop-down, and the app will show you exactly where your field is located, as well as give you directions there. Another board initiative is transportation. All residents want less traffic, and the county is actively engaged in planning projects and infrastructure to improve traffic flow. With our Capital Improvement Projects app, you can view all active and planned projects in the county. Select a point for a summary of that project, or click the link for further details. The app also shows you which election district each project is located in, as well as the name of the supervisor of that district. Now, the other transportation project we'd like to show you is a work in progress. We all use our smartphones to navigate, and Waze is a leader worldwide in car navigation. You've just seen our project data. We're hoping to collaborate with Waze and provide this data as a part of their Connected Citizens program. This will better route you to the places you go each day. Now, the last initiative page we'd like to show you focuses on the Loudon Comprehensive Plan, which is currently undergoing revision. We have apps here about everything from demographics to zoning to new home construction permits. But I'd like to show you what we think is one of the most valuable aspects of the GeoHUB, and that's the keyword search on data or apps. Whereas once our citizens had to come to our front counter to get data, now they can easily view, download, and even create maps on the fly. When I first started with the county, my director told me that data is only of use if it's shared. And with this tool, we can now easily put it in the hands of those who will make the most use of it, all for free. Chair Randall?
All for free. Free is a very, very good price to pay. So today we've talked about the progress and what I think is a success story of a GIS system that has evolved and changed for over 3 decades. Look, technology actually makes it possible for our citizens to engage with their elected officials and their government anytime, and believe me, anywhere. But a good politician always has an ask of you. So I have an ask of you. I want you to help us with this. I want you to engage with us as we decide what data to collect. And not only tell us what data to collect, but how we should collect it and maintain it and share it. I want you to tell us all of those things. We are lucky to live in one of the most educated counties anywhere in America. So I feel very comfortable challenging all of you all, not just people who work in the federal government, but all of you who live in Loudoun County, have visited Loudoun County, have come and enjoyed our wineries and breweries, which I bet lots of you have come and enjoyed our wineries and breweries. I challenge you all to help us, not just for today, but in the future, to use our GIS system. I believe if we work together and do this, we can make Loudoun County the best place in the country to live, work, play, and learn. Thank you all for having us here today.
Thank you.
Marcella.
Thank you, Loudoun County, for sharing your story of continuous modernization and delivering value through GIS. We hope this morning has left you all feeling empowered as citizens and GIS professionals to grow your business, connect with your local government, and improve our nation. On behalf of all my colleagues and our special guest presenters this morning, thank you, and enjoy the rest of the conference.